When you're working with a large table of data, it's likely that you're going to want to do some analysis on a subset of that data. This is where filtering comes into play. It's a very fast way to reduce the data to what you need without deleting the rest of the table. In this lesson, we're going to learn about the autofilter, how to filter on multiple columns, by numbers and date ranges. I'll show you several different ways to filter and even some filtering tricks that can make you much more efficient. So to get started, we should still be in the Getting Started workbook on the Filtering tab. Now I'm going to go down here to my zoom and I'm going to zoom in a little bit to make it easier for you guys to see. And if you'll notice, we've got a table of data. It's some products from a Northwind Traders database. And we've got some orders here, order date, ship date, customers, quantities, unit price, revenue, and if it's been invoiced or not. So let's go ahead and put an auto filter on this data. Again, similar to sorting, let's just click on one cell within that table, and then we'll make sure that we're on the data menu, and then go down here to the filter command. Once we click on that icon, our table now has filters. See the little arrows on each column heading? Let's go ahead and start out by just filtering on a couple products. I'm going to click that drop down, and now you see a dialog comes up with a lot of different filtering options. Notice too at the top is another way to sort A to Z or Z to A, but we've already covered sorting, so we'll stick to the filtering this time. So we get down here to the bottom, and Excel is showing us all the options in that column. So I can toggle the select all to turn everything off, toggle it again to turn them back on. So I'm going to turn them off, and I'm going to go down here and click on chocolate and chocolate biscuits. If you can't see everything, you can make this window a little bigger by dragging the corner over. So I'll click that, and now Excel is filtered on just the products that are chocolate biscuit mix and chocolate. Now I'll explain this in a second, but for right now I want you guys to do this. Click on that filter button again, and where it goes to sheet view, click on new sheet view. And now that's going to save a view with basically what we have filtered out here. And to save it, I'm going to click it again and go back to the default view, and it asks if we want to save that. So I'll call this chocolate products. And go ahead and click keep. Okay, so now if I want to filter on something else, I need to first get rid of my existing filter. So I can click this drop down here, and I can just clear the filter from product. And now let's go filter on a company. Let's pick the company C. So I will click on my drop down arrow, go down and unselect, select all, click on company C and click OK. And now you see I just have company C. Well, what we're going to do now is we're going to also save that view as well. So I'll click this drop down, go to sheet view, new sheet view. So now when I click that again, it's going to ask me what I want to name this one, and I'll call this company C. And I'll click keep. Well, now I want to get rid of this and look at some other things. So before I showed you how to clear it from that drop down, but if you ever want to clear the entire filter off the table, you can go back to the data menu and just click clear on the filters and we'll clear everything. So if I wanted to look at my chocolate products again, I could go down and filter my chocolate products, or I can just click on any of these drop downs, and if I go to sheet view, it's got my filters saved here. I can just go to chocolate products and it filters them. If I want to go back to the company C ones, I can even click the drop down on product and go see the company C filter. And these custom sheet filters will stay with this table of data whether the filter's on or off. And we'll show you how to get rid of them though. Let's go ahead and go back to the default. And now if I click on the drop down, go to sheet view, I can go to options. And here's the two sheet views that we've made. So let's go ahead and delete those. I'll delete that one, and then I'll delete company C. Okay, let me show you something else now. Let's go back and let's filter on a customer, maybe company B. I'll click that, go to company B. And now I want to show you something else. So we only have 4 products showing from company B. Look at the filter. It's only got the products showing that are in the actual worksheet. There was actually only 3. I saw there was a duplicate. I could just pick one of those to sort, but whenever you do filters on multiple columns, it's going to be inclusive. You're only going to get the values you see based on the other filters. So if I clicked on order ID, I only get 38 and 72. Dates, I only get the 2 dates that are showing. So I'm going to go back to my product, and I'm going to clear the filters off of that. So I'll go to select all and click OK. It didn't clear everything because I'm still filtered on customer. So now I want to show you something else. If I want to copy this table and use it somewhere else, I can copy this table. I'll do my Control C for copy. Then if I want to go paste it somewhere else, I'll go down to row 75 and Control Paste. You notice it only pastes the filtered data. So now I can do all kinds of analysis. I can make a chart or a graph without really disturbing my main table that has all the information. All right, let me get rid of these. I will right click and delete. Next, let's see how to filter on a number. So I'm going to go ahead and clear all my filters off. And then if I look up here on the revenue column, I've got a lot of different values of sales. Maybe I just want to see everything where there was a sale over $1,000. So I can click the drop down, and I've got the list of all the values there, but that's going to be kind of annoying to click on everything over 1,000. With numbers, I can click the number filters command and go over here, and I've got a lot of options. Equals, does not equal, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. Let's just go with greater than or equal to $1,000. So now I get my dialog box here. I want to show rows where the revenue is greater than or equal to $1,000. And click OK. So now I've filtered out, and all I see are the rows that have $1,000 of revenue. Okay, let's clear that. And now let's try a date filter. What if we want to see items that were ordered in March? I'll click that drop down, and look at this date filter. It's kind of strange. I've got the year, then the months, and we've got this kind of tree view thing where it can expand it. So this is really interesting. If you want to select different levels of detail for dates, Excel automatically does that for you. So I'll take the select all off. If I want to just select March, I can click March and click OK. And here's all the items for March. Now what if I want to do just a couple of different dates, like the 6th, the 10th, and the 22nd? If I click in here and I click the plus next to March, it shows me all the dates that are available in March that I have orders: 6, 10, 22, 24. I can take off the 24 and click OK. Then I just get the 3 dates in March. Excel really makes it easy for us to filter by dates. So if I want to see the first quarter, I could just click January, February, and this box here means that some of the elements in March are selected, some aren't. So I'll just toggle through that till I get the check mark, and that'll be all of March. So here's my first quarter information. And again, I could copy this and move it somewhere else. Well, let me go ahead and clear that filter, and let me show you another filtering shortcut that's really handy. Over on the right, the very last column is the status ID. I've got invoiced and allocated. So allocated basically means I've taken the order, but I haven't sent it out or shipped it. It hasn't gone anywhere yet. So maybe I want to see all of those. I could go and do my drop down, but sometimes maybe I'll be deep in my table and I can't get to the drop down easily. What I can do is go down to one of the cells that says allocated, click on it, and then if I right click, in my shortcut menu, I've got a filter section. I can filter right there by the selected cell's value. So this lets me just click right here. Hey, I want to filter everything that's allocated. And now I scroll up. It's super easy that way. And again, that's additive too. So if I go over to the customer now and I just want to see what's allocated for customer A, I can click on that and then I can filter based on sales values. Now I got company A, the allocated items. I can copy that off somewhere else and work with it there. Okay, well, let me clear those filters off again. And the very last thing we're going to do, we have quite a bit of orders here. What if we want to see the products that sold the most in our table? Well, I can go up here to revenue and click the drop down. And we looked at number filters before where it was just equal than or greater than or whatever. But now if I go over here, I can go down and look at this. I got top 10, above average or below average, or another custom filter. If I do top 10, I'll click that. Now it says top 10, but in reality, I can make it top 15, top 20, or top 5 just by manipulating the number here. Let's keep it at top 10. Click OK. And there it is, the top 10 items by revenue. So I hope you can see that filtering can really help you get going on analyzing your data. There's a lot of different ways you can filter, and hopefully you can gravitate to the ones that really work for you. There is also a filter function, but we're going to look at that in a later module.